Chairman, members of the Burrillville Planning Board, my name is David Burnett, that's B-R-U.
You can speak into the, thank you.
My name is David Burnett, that's B-R-U-N-E-T-T-I, Sherman Farm Road, Harrisville. My comments are as follows. To begin with, it seems that the knowledge base of the Planning Board and the town's consultants of the impact of this project on many fronts has not increased noticeably since the April 28, 2016 open meeting with the Burrillville Planning Board, Zoning Board, and the town hired consultants, which I attended now more than 10 weeks ago. The fault of this lies primarily with Invenergy. If Invenergy will not be providing more extensive and detailed information and plans relative to multiple impact topics being evaluated here, noise, air, traffic, wetlands, water, wildlife.
Excuse me, I can't take him that fast. He's just going too fast. I can't get him down.
If you could slow down, sir, so you could get your testimony, please.
Water, wildlife, and wildlife habitats, etc., until, in their words, the preliminary planning hearing. And how can the board possibly provide an advisory opinion at this juncture? How can the board be comfortable with this? The board should be taking control of this situation and demand that all the required information for making an effective and valid assessment for an advisory opinion by a date set by the planning board, not by Invenergy, in order to meet the target of providing an advisory opinion by the Town of Burrillville Zoning Board before September 9th, which is less than 8 weeks away at this point, and we already are well past the original date on which the planning board was to provide its advisory opinion, which is prior to July 1st. If such required information is not provided by Invenergy by the new date selected by the planning board, which actually should be immediately, and is not done in a suitable manner, then the board must provide the advisory opinion that this project cannot go forward, as there is not sufficient information being provided by Invenergy to make a valid assessment as to the impacts of the natural resources of the town, and whether or not Invenergy will be able to comply with the town's noise ordinance during construction and operation of the proposed plant. Making any other advisory opinion would potentially place the planning board in violation of the town's comprehensive plan and the town's noise ordinance, which are the two specific issues that the Energy Facility Sightings Board has charged this planning board with addressing. Also, there seems to be a major inconsistency between Invenergy's perceived timeline for the provision of information and that which was stipulated in the March 31st, 2016 letter from the manager of the town of Burrillville. In that letter, it was stated quite clearly that, and I quote, the planning board will, on June 6, 2016, hold a combined master plan and preliminary plan application review and public hearing, with a final advisory coming sometime after that June 6 public hearing.
If I can answer that, we had a vote to combine it, and this board voted not to combine. That's why it took longer.
This is in great contrast to the statement made by Invenergy at the June 20th, 2016 Planning Board review and public hearing, held fully 2 weeks after the original date of June 6th. At that June 20th hearing, with several planning board members conveyed that there was a lack of detailed information being provided by Invenergy, and when Invenergy was asked when they, the planning board, would get the additional information that was needed in order for the board to make their advisory opinion, it was stated by the main representative from Invenergy that at that meeting, in her extensive experience, and I quote, such detailed information was never provided by the master plan stage and will only be provided at the preliminary plan hearing. I guess that I need to inform representatives of Invenergy at this time, although I am sure that they are really already aware of it, that this is the preliminary plan hearing. As I stated above, it was stated in a letter from the town manager that this is the joint hearing of the master plan and preliminary plan. Well, here we are, now 5 weeks past the date in which the public hearing on the combined master plan and preliminary plan was to take place, and yet to my knowledge, the preliminary plan has still not been provided to the planning board by Invenergy. It is readily apparent that Invenergy is following its own extended timeline, as the one listed in the letter from the town manager is not being adhered to. This is clearly negligence on the part of Invenergy in regard to the responsibility to supply the required information in accordance with the clearly stipulated timeline. This should be communicated to the Energy Facility Siting Board. Has a preliminary plan even been submitted by Invenergy to anyone in the town at this point in time? It seems that Invenergy is purposely delaying the provision of the detailed information that the town needs in order to make its assessment. Case in point, the lack of information. As stated on page 4 in the first set of responses from Invenergy to the Department of Environmental Management, dated June 23, 2016, and I quote, detailed engineering of the fuel oil system will not be initiated until late 2016 or 2017. Consequently, the detailed design of the fuel oil piping, pumping, and storage tank system is not available at this time. So how can the planning board make a final or confident assessment in this regard at this time, or even this year? It seems like all you continue to be able to go by at this time are, in the words of Invenergy, general concepts. Another case in point, as stated on page 3 and 8 set of responses from Invenergy to the town of Burrillville, dated May 16, 2016, and I quote, "The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will be responsible for preparing an environmental assessment to determine whether an environmental impact statement will be required for the project. If required, the preparation of the EIS will be the responsibility of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers." Since, in the words of Invenergy, the individual permit application is not to be filed until June of this year, how soon will it be that the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers complete such an environmental assessment? And if an environmental impact statement is deemed by such assessment to be required, then how soon will it be that this EIS is completed? We know that the environmental assessment will not be completed by the target date for the Planning Board's advisory opinion, as that date, July 1st, has already passed. It is also unlikely that the environmental assessment will be completed in time for the zoning board to make its advisory opinion, which is prior to September 9th. Never mind what the date will be for the completion of an EIS, if it should be deemed that such will be required.
If you could finish up, sir.
Yes, I'll just make my last
Thank you.
paragraph here. In regard to the decommissioning of the proposed power plant, the proposal for full funding of the entire decommissioning process, including but not limited to any costs associated with cleanup of any hazardous waste, it was stated in the first set of responses from Invenergy to the town of Burrillville that Invenergy prepared to enter a decommissioning agreement with the town that will include dismantling and other decommissioning activities, and that Invenergy will prepare a draft copy for the town's review. This statement was made back on April 26, 2016. Has Invenergy yet prepared a draft copy of such an agreement for the town's review? If not, isn't it getting a bit late for such? The rest of my comments will be as what I hand in to Tom.
Thank you, sir.